Hi everyone. Today video is on MongoDB. So in this video, we are going to understand basic queries and commands regarding the MongoDB. And along with that, we will also learn Docker composition for running the MongoDB container, Docker container. And also we are going to use the Visual Studio Code extension PlayGround as a IE for our MongoDB. So we are going to use this Visual Studio Code extension for running the MongoDB queries. Okay, so let's jump into our demo. So let's first uh, set up our Docker Compose file, and then we are going to run the Docker container. Okay, I have created a folder like Mongo demo, some folder. In that folder, let's add a file like docker-compose.yaml file. Okay, so it's my Docker file. Okay, now let's set up some commands in this file that are related to our MongoDB. Okay, so first property is like version. So this version represents our Docker Compose file version that supports from 2.0 to 3.8. So I am going to give the latest version 3.8. Okay, and next I'm going to configure services. So here my service is to run the MongoDB, right? So I'm going to name my service like MongoDB. So please, alignments are mandatory. Please do like I did. Okay, here I give one space. Okay, so MongoDB. Okay, then space again. So name of the image, Docker image I want to run. So name is Mongo and latest version is 5.0. Okay, and next I'm going to give volumes. So now I want to create the MongoDB volumes here itself. If you don't specify for learning purpose volume here also, that is also fine, but I am showing. Okay, volumes and space hyphen hyphen. Okay, here I have to give the relative path. So whatever the folders I am going to mention, they will be created here. Okay, so Mongo slash data, my folder names Mongo, and inside of it data folder will be created here. That should be mapped with default path of the Mongo database, that is slash data slash db. Okay, so here I am going to mapping this folder path to create all MongoDB related files to here. Okay, it's an optional thing for learning purpose. Okay, and next let's configure the ports. So default port number for MongoDB is 27017. Okay, I want to expose this port to 8007, any random free port number on our machine. Okay, and next finally last command that I am going to specify the name for my container. So I will name my container like my Mongo. Okay, so now if I run this Docker Compose file, I am going to create the container file. Okay, so let's run our MongoDB Docker container. For that, let's open the terminal. Now command is like Docker Compose. And one thing I have forgot to mention you that if you want to run or work with Docker, you must have the Docker desktop application running. Okay, so here is my Docker desktop application. It is opened. It must be opened. Then only Docker commands will execute in our terminal. Okay, and now command to run our MongoDB container is Docker Compose up -d, means detached mode. Let's run this command. And here small correction, it is not volumes. Okay, now run again the command. And you can see our container MongoDB is started. And if I go to my desktop application, here you can see Mongo demo. This is my container, right? So it is running here. Okay. Now in Visual Studio, now I will interact with my Mongo database by using the Visual Studio Code as a UI, as a user interface. Okay. For that, you need to in, install one MongoDB extension, that is like MongoDB. Okay, such like this, and you have to install the MongoDB for VS Code. Okay, you have to install this VS Code. Since I have already installed, I am going to open my MongoDB UI. Okay, and here you can see the connection strings. Okay, so this is my old one. I remove and reconnect again. Okay, so when you open this MongoDB terminal, you are going to see two tabs here like connection and playground. Okay, so go to connection and click on plus icon here. Okay, and it will show a like this. It will show like this. If you know the connection string, you can connect here directly by clicking the connect button, or else you can open a form. Here there are some specification where you can give. So since mine is localhost and my port number, what port number I am running? I am running on 8007, right? That port number I need to expose here. Okay, 8007. I don't have any username password. So let's click on connect. This connection is successful, and here you can see my local host. Okay, and if you expand here MongoDB, here are the few default databases like admin, config, local. Okay, and let's jump into understand few MongoDB queries, and we are going to execute them using our Visual Studio code editor. Okay, so now to run or execute our MongoDB queries, we can use PlayGround. So click on create PlayGround. Okay, so these are the sample MongoDB commands. It will show you how to run and execute. Okay, for now let me remove all these things. Okay, so first thing is, let me configure my database. So what I will do, I am going to use a command like use, and inside of it I am going to specify the database name. So my database is my world. Okay, so this use command, what it will do means, it will create if the database is not exist. If it is exist, it's going to switch that to our database. Means this entire playground will be under this database. If you want, you can run the command here. Okay, MongoDB command. Click on yes. Okay, see here you have switched to my old database, but here it won't display unless you create at least one table. Okay, so what is table and what is data in MongoDB? First, let's understand. Okay, MongoDB is a source available class platform document oriented database. So it is called a non-SQL database or non-relational database. That is a known fact to everyone. Okay, so in MongoDB, collections are equivalent to the table to the SQL database. Okay, in normal SQL database, okay, or in relational database, we will have tables, right? So in MongoDB, we don't have tables, but exact equivalent object is collection. Okay, we should call them as collections. So collections are equivalent to the table. Okay, and in MongoDB, data is stored as a documents, which is equivalent to the table records. In normal relational database, what we will do, we will store the data as records, row by row, right? So here we are going to store them as a document. Okay, these documents contain JSON data. Okay, so the structure of this MongoDB document is a JSON data, and it is stored as a BSON format. BSON format is binary JSON format. So BSON format is nothing but a JSON format only, but it has additional features than the JSON format. Okay, and it is more mission readable format. Okay, so that is the basic introduction of the MongoDB. Let's switch back to our playground. Now we are in my old database environment. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create a collection. So collection is nothing but a table, right? So let me create a collection. So to create a collection, you have to write command like db dot, and here see the beauty of this terminal. Here we are going to get some intelligence as well. Okay, create collection. Okay, inside of it I can specify the name of my collection. Collection is nothing but a table. Okay, so I will create a table like person. So let's run the query. And one thing you should always, this line of code must be present in your terminal as a first line of code. Then only all the commands running will be taken as a part of this database. Okay, so now run. Okay, click on S. See, okay, that means collection has been successfully created. To check that or to confirm that, go to our uh, MongoDB menu, okay, and right click on it and refresh it. And here you can see my old DB database is created, and you can see here my collection person, which is empty, zero documents. I have mentioned, right? Collection contains documents which are equivalent to the records in the table. Okay. So that is how we can create a database and we can create a collection in the MongoDB. Okay. So first let's insert a single record into the my person collection. Okay. Inserting single record means single document. Okay. So I can remove this command, but I should use my old DB so that my context will be this database. Okay. Now to insert a record into the person collection, sorry, to insert a document into the person collection, what I can do, db dot person, which is my collection name, dot, here see again coming insert one. Okay, so this insert one method will insert single record into the data document into the my collection. So here we can pass JSON object. Okay, so we know that document is contains JSON data, right? That is why we are going to pass the JSON object. So here I will define like some data 28. Okay, now I want to insert this document into my people collection. Okay, now run it. See here, you got a insertion ID. So this is the default ID key of a document is some random string. Okay, and here you see acknowledgement and inserted ID. And if I go to the menu and if I refresh the documents, see one document is added. If I expand it, see you can see the document here if we click on it. Okay, so this is the ID that is automatically generated by the MongoDB. Okay, so that is how we can insert a single document into the MongoDB database. Okay, now let's insert multiple documents, means bulk insert. For that, what we can do, we have another method like insert many, and it will take array of documents as a input. Okay, and I will change the name like Hemant, and let's add one more document, means one more JSON object. Okay, okay, use age as a number. Okay, so these are my two documents I want to insert. Okay, so now click on the run, and here you can see two unique identifiers are generated. That means our two records are inserted successfully. So if I go to my menu and if I refresh the documents, here you can see three documents are updated. Okay, so that is how we can insert the records. Okay, Now let's try to implement a query to fetch the records. Okay. For fetching the records, we have another method like find, and this find will take parameters like filters. Okay. For suppose if I give empty object like that, that means you need to fetch all record from the particular collection. Okay. So I am giving empty, right? Now it should bring all the documents from the database. See, here I am getting all the records that I have saved. Okay, that is how we can fetch the data documents from the MongoDB. Okay, now if you want to fetch any particular document, okay, so I want to fetch where name equal to Naveen. In that case, what I can do, okay, I can filter like this properties. Okay, if I execute, I only get first document. Okay, so let's run and test it. See here. Now I am getting only first document. Like that we can filter. And we can also do some more advanced operation like where we can also filter based on some aggregate operators like less than, greater than also. For suppose here what I can do, I want to get age, okay, where it should be greater than 39 years. So here I can specify my aggregate operator value like GT. GT represents greater than, and it should be prefixed with dollar. And here we have to specify the value, and I want 39. Okay, so if I execute, see, I got the Gopal whose age is greater than 39. Like that, we can filter the data more specifically. Okay, now let's work on update. Okay, so first let's update the data. Okay, first what I will do, db.person. For updating data, we have another method like update one and update many. So first let's test single update. Okay, so here I will update. Okay, so if you check our existing documents, once I have updated as a string, right? I want to change this age value to a number as well as I want to update it to some new value. For that, what I can do here, first I need to identify that record. So for that, what I can do, I will use age equal to 28. This will identify the object. First object will identify the document. Next, we have to specify the updated value. For that, we have to use a property like dollar $set. Okay, to this we have to assign the object. In this object, we can specify all the properties which we want to update. Here, I want to update only age. Okay, that to some age to 20. Let me update this age to 30. Okay, so for now, let's comment this and let's execute it. See here. Matched count 1 and modified count 1. So this confirmations represents our data is updated. Now let's check the data. See here, age of my first record is successfully updated. Okay, now let's update multiple records. Okay, so what I will do to update multiple records, we have another method like update many. See, intelligence is coming very nicely because of this Visual Studio extension, which is very lightweight and easy tool for querying the MongoDB queries. Okay, so here I want to update many records, right? So for that, what I will do instead of matching directly property, I want to use conditional operator like age, okay, whose value is less than 31. Okay, so dollar less than means LT, okay, 31. Okay, it will collect all the records, all the documents whose age is less than 31. Next, we need to update them. For that, what I will do, I want to update all the record whose age is 31 to 21. Okay, now we have two records, right? With 30. Our other age is 40. Okay, now these values will be updated to 21. Whose these two documents will be updated to 21. Let's run it. Let's comment this. Okay, and run it. See here, matched count 2 means two documents are identified and modified count 2 means two documents are modified. So if I run my fetch query, see data is successfully updated. Okay, and let's do a final operation, that is a delete operation. Okay, so where I want to delete, okay, a document from the database. Okay, so for delete also there is a very useful handy method for deleting single record. Delete one. Okay, here we can delete the record by matching the data. So I will delete record Gopal. Okay, so let's comment it and let's run it. And here you can see delete count 1 means that one record is successfully deleted. Okay, and if you want delete multiple records, okay, in that case also we have one more handy method, that is like delete multiple. Okay, here now we can see our last record Gopal is successfully deleted. Okay, now we have another method for deleting multiple records, which is handy for deleting a bulk record. So for that method is delete min. And here I will change the condition. Okay, I will use conditional operator like where age, I will specify like $LT less than 21. I will specify like 22. Okay, so all these records which are less than 22 will be collectively deleted. Okay, so let's run it. See, two records count has been deleted. Okay, if I execute my get query, we can observe our records are deleted. See, empty array. That means we have deleted all the records. Okay, so that's all about some basic important queries that are useful for MongoDB. Okay, so in this video, we have understand basic queries on MongoDB as well as how to run the Dockerized container for a MongoDB, and also we have used a Visual Studio extension PlayGround for implementing our MongoDB queries. Okay, I hope this video has delivered some useful information to you all. If you like my video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Soon we are going to meet with new videos. Until then, signing off.